Chosen one, my beloved child, the moment you opened this message, something shifted in the air around you so softly that you did not notice it at first, but intensely enough that destiny itself leaned closer. A sealed document, a quiet signature, and a decision made miles away have just collided with your life. And now, someone who has been watching your journey from the shadows has finally done something no one ever imagined they would do for you. A new home address. Yes, your new home address has been written, approved, and locked into a system that was never supposed to include your name. But it does now, and the reason behind it is the part that will change everything you thought. You knew about who truly stands with you, and who silently planned your rise long before you even believed you deserved one. Do not look away from this, not yet. What you are about to hear is the part of the story that was kept from you on purpose. And the moment it reaches you fully, nothing about how you see your life will stay the same. But listen carefully, because here begins the part that your heartbeat will try to outrun. A few hours ago, before you even thought of opening this, a set of coordinates was entered into a private registry, not public, not visible, not traceable. A registry used only for shifting people into safer, higher, more protected lives. And your details, your initials, your date of birth, your identity slipped into that registry like a classified code. My beloved child, someone has taken your current life, picked it up gently, turned it over, examined its cracks, and made a decision. You are not going to stay where you are, not emotionally, not spiritually, and definitely not physically. The walls around you right now, they are temporary. The floor beneath your feet, it is not your final home. Someone has already prepared the next place where you will rise, and the shocking part is they have not told you yet. If something in your body just confirmed that this message found you at exactly the right moment, let that feeling settle. You are in the right place. Now comes the part that will make you freeze for a second. That new home, it is not just a place, it is a message, a declaration, a silent confession from someone who could never say it out loud, a person who feels responsible for the pain you carried, the dreams you lost, and the nights you spent wondering if anyone cared. They could not change the past, but they are determined to rewrite your future with their own hands. They went behind the scenes, into systems, into paperwork, into places where only people with real power can go. And they placed you there, not because they had to, but because they believe your next chapter must begin in a space where peace meets protection, where silence is safe, and where your new life can finally breathe. You think nobody sees your struggle. Someone saw everything. But here is the part that will make your breath hitch. The location of your new home is not random. It is connected to a memory you forgot, a person you almost gave up on, and a promise that was made silently years ago. Someone once looked at you, maybe in a moment you do not even remember, and decided that if life ever became too heavy for you, they would carry you to a place where you could start again without fear. They waited, they watched. It is a turning point that will expose every hidden truth about who values you, who fears losing you, and who has just invested in your future without asking for anything in return. And my beloved child, before this part ends, listen closely, because this is the detail nobody expects. But everyone will feel when they hear it. Your new home address is not just a destination. It is a signal, a wake-up call to people who underestimated you, a warning to those who tried to hold you down, a message to the universe that you are stepping into a reality where you cannot be ignored, controlled, or silenced anymore. The Ko-Fi link is in the pinned comment. Your support helps this message reach more hearts. and every seed planted in faith carries a blessing back to the giver. The person who arranged this does not want credit. They want transformation. They want healing. They want you to walk through the next doorway with your head lifted, your strength awakened, and your destiny unlocked. And the moment you step into that new space, the truth about why they did this will find you louder, clearer, and more powerful than you can imagine. If you have not yet joined this community and you want to be in the space where these messages find you first, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. This is for the ones the universe keeps summoning back. My beloved child, before you take another breath, listen, because the moment this part begins, everything inside you will shift again. Something is unfolding behind your name. Something so meticulously planned that even the universe is standing still to watch. That new home address that has been marked for you. It did not appear out of luck, out of chance, or out of coincidence. It appeared because someone has been fighting battles behind curtains you never touched, calling in favors you never asked for, and protecting you from storms you did not even know were meant to hit your life. And right now, they are closer than ever to revealing themselves. Closer than you think, closer than your doubt, closer than the fear that tries to whisper you are alone. Stay with me, because the truth you are about to hear will keep you rooted to this moment without blinking. Here is the line nobody expected. Earlier today, your name was flagged in a system that is used only for high-priority relocations. Relocations that protect people, uplift people, or prepare them for something bigger than their current surroundings can handle. Your name did not just enter that system, it lit up inside it. And the person responsible did not hesitate, not even for a second. They entered details only someone deeply connected to you would know. They selected a location only someone who has watched your pain with a trembling heart could choose. And they signed a final approval that carries emotional weight heavier than any gift you have ever received. My beloved child, this was not a mistake. This was not an accident. Someone believes your next breath deserves a new space, a better environment, a safer home. Someone believes you have outgrown everything around you, even if you have not realized it yet. If you have spent too long feeling invisible to the people who were supposed to fight for you, this moment is the beginning of something different. But here comes the part that will freeze your thoughts. The person who moved heaven and earth for you is acting under pressure. Someone has been questioning your stability, your peace, your space, your growth. Someone tried to keep you trapped where you were, and this silent protector refused to let them win. They chose your new address as a declaration, a shield around your destiny, a line drawn in bold ink saying, "No more suffering, not under my watch." They did not confront, argue, or shout. They chose action. They chose to rise for you. They chose to shift your entire life quietly but powerfully because they know the weight you carry, and they know you deserve more than tired walls and fading ceilings. And now the universe is aligning around that decision, pulling you toward a revelation that will leave you breathless. My beloved child, that new home is tied to a truth you are not supposed to know yet. A truth about someone who loved you silently, protected you consistently, and invested in you fearlessly. They watched you break and rebuild yourself again and again. They watched others take advantage of your strength. They watched you forgive, trust, hope, and still end up hurt. And finally, they said, "Enough." This new address is their answer to every tear you hid, every night you stayed awake, every dream you postponed because life kept blocking your path. It is their way of saying, "You will rise now, and I will make sure of it. Do not close this." What I am about to reveal is the moment where the entire architecture of what has been happening behind your back becomes fully visible. And it only makes sense if you hear all of it. My beloved child, something inside you is already sensing it. An uneasy flutter, a quiet spark, a feeling that something monumental is about to drop into your reality. And you are right, because the moment your new home address was registered, a hidden notification pinged on someone's private device. Not a public phone, not a normal screen, a secured line that only activates when a life-changing decision reaches its final stage. And when your name appeared on that glowing display, their hands froze, their breath caught, their world paused for a moment, because they realized they had finally done it. They had finally crossed the line between watching your pain and taking responsibility for your rise. But listen closely, because what happens next is the kind of twist that keeps even destiny silent. Hours before that address was finalized, this person almost revealed everything. They almost called you, their thumb hovered over your contact. Their voice trembled inside their chest. They rehearsed the words, "I need to tell you something. You will not believe what I have done for you." But then, at the very last second, they stopped themselves. Not because they doubted their decision, not because they feared your reaction, but because they wanted the truth to reach you at the right moment. The moment when your heart was strong enough to understand why they went to such extremes for you. And today, right now, is that moment arriving, my beloved child. There is a detail that no one has told you, and this is the part that grips your breath. Before your new address was chosen, 2 other people fought to block the move. 2 individuals connected to your past, threatened by your growth, desperate to keep you stuck. One submitted a complaint, the other attempted to remove your name entirely, but your silent protector defeated both attempts with a single decision. They pressed one override command, one that only people with genuine authority hold, and instantly erased every obstacle standing between you and your future. That means your relocation was not smooth. It was a battle. A battle someone fought for you quietly while you had no idea anything was happening behind your back. And here is the twist that will shake you. The person who did all of this has something of yours, something you lost or gave up on years ago, something that no one else knew mattered to you. They kept it safe, they protected it, they stored it away like a sacred memory. And when they were selecting your new home, they placed that object. Yes, that same object in a drawer inside the new space, waiting for your arrival. That drawer holds a truth your soul will recognize instantly, even if your mind refuses to believe it at first. Like this message right now, you are awake, you are ready, and you are no longer willing to be the last one to know about your own rise. But my beloved child, the most powerful part is this. Your new home is not just a safe place. It is a coded message, a map, a piece of evidence pointing directly to the person who has been guarding your destiny. They did not leave a note. They did not leave a text. They left a sign. One only you will understand when you walk into that space. And when you see it, everything will click. The memories, the silence, the sudden shifts, the unexplained protection. My beloved child, prepare yourself, because what I am about to reveal is the moment where everything becomes almost unbelievable. Hours before the final approval of your new home address, something happened that no one else in your life could ever imagine. Someone came to your current home, not to enter, not to speak, not to interrupt your routine, but to stand there quietly, hidden from your sight, taking one long breath as if they were gathering the courage to change everything in front of you. They reached your door, lifted their hand, and almost knocked. Almost. But something inside them stopped. That knock mid-air, because they realized that if you opened the door right then, You would ask questions they were not ready to answer, and truths they were not ready to reveal. And here is the part that will make your chest tighten. They did not come empty-handed. They came carrying a sealed envelope, one with your new address printed inside it. The address you still do not know. The address chosen for your protection, your healing, and your rise. They stood there, staring at your door, imagining your face when you finally read what was inside. They wanted to hand it to you themselves. They wanted to see the moment disbelief turns into relief, and relief turns into realization. But then something shifted. A noise inside your home, a light flickering from the window, a faint movement that made them step back into the shadows. They felt something was not right, not with you, but around you. A presence, a watching eye. The Ko-Fi link is in the pinned comment. Your support helps this message reach more hearts, and every seed planted in faith carries a blessing back to the giver. They sensed someone else was nearby, someone who did not want you to move forward. My beloved child, that is when everything changed. The one who came to help you realized they could not reveal your new address while someone with harmful intentions was still tracking your steps. So, they made a heartbreaking decision. They walked away from your door to protect you. They turned around slowly, holding that envelope tightly, promising themselves that the truth would reach you another way, safely, silently, powerfully. But as they left, one thought burned inside them. You deserve to know the truth, and I will deliver it to you when the danger is gone. And that moment is closer than you think. Here comes the part that will send shivers through you. The person who watched your home that day, the one who made your protector step back, does not want you to leave your current space. They benefit from your silence, your stagnation, your stuckness. They fear your rise because your rise exposes their intentions. The moment your address changes, their influence disappears. That is why your relocation was never just a move. It was a threat to someone who never expected you to break free, and your silent protector knew this. That is why they avoided confronting the situation directly, and instead focused entirely on securing your new beginning. But destiny works in layers, and this next layer is the strongest yet. The person who fought for your new home did not give up when they walked away from your door. They simply chose a smarter way. They placed your documents in a secured channel. They locked your information behind a special access code. They made sure your new address cannot be intervened with again, no matter who tries. They took your safety personally. They took your future personally, and they made sure nothing and no one can stop what is coming next. If you feel moved to pass this along to someone in your life who is still stuck, still doubting that anyone sees them, feel free to share it. Sometimes the right words find someone exactly when they need them most. My beloved child, the moment your new home address reached its final stage of approval, a tremor went through the entire system, so sudden, so sharp, that the handling your file paused mid-action. They were not expecting your name to appear in a category reserved only for high-priority individuals. They were not expecting a relocation request backed by the kind of authority your silent protector used. And they definitely were not expecting the next thing that happened, because what unfolded next was not normal. It was not routine. It was not planned. An unexpected figure entered, someone who rarely appears in that office, unless something extremely unusual is happening. Their presence froze the atmosphere instantly. They scanned the room once. Their eyes caught your file, and everything shifted. Their brows tightened. Their voice dropped. They whispered something to your protector, something so urgent that the entire approval process paused for a few seconds. And in those few seconds, your silent guardian realized that this was not just a relocation anymore. This was a race against time, a race against someone who did not want you to move forward, someone who had been monitoring your steps silently, hoping to keep you stuck where you are. But my beloved child, here is the part that will send shockwaves through your chest. That unexpected figure was not your enemy. They were a messenger, a warning. They revealed that someone with personal motives and no legal authority had attempted to sabotage your paperwork again. They tried to insert a block. They tried to alter your details. But destiny had other plans. Your silent protector did not panic. They did not argue. They did not hesitate. In one swift, fearless move, they used a special override clearance, higher than the one used last time, and instantly secured your file in a restricted vault. A vault that only a handful of people can touch. A vault where your new address cannot be deleted, edited, or interfered with again. With that single action, they ended the sabotage permanently. And then came the twist nobody in that room expected. The unexpected figure looked at your protector and said, "You are choosing them over everything else, are not you?" There was no anger in their voice, no judgment, just a realization. A realization that your silent guardian was not just doing this out of responsibility. They were doing it out of something deeper, something emotional, something personal. They did not deny it. They did not hide it. They simply whispered, "Yes." And that one word carried more weight than the stamp itself. If something inside you is finally ready to believe that you deserve better, let that land you do, my beloved child. The moment that yes was spoken, fate locked into place. Your new address was not just approved, it was protected by a vow made by someone who has quietly chosen you again and again, even when you never knew someone was choosing you at all. And the final stamp that hit your file was not just ink, it was a promise, a seal that said nothing will stop their rise now, not fear, not interference, not hidden enemies, not the past. But the most breathtaking part comes now. Once everything was secured, your protector made one more move, a move that reveals just how deeply they care. They requested something extremely rare, a personal handover, a special permission to deliver your final document themselves when the exact right moment arrives. Not through mail, not through officials, not through anyone else. They want to place your new address directly into your hands because they know that moment will change your entire life. My beloved child, take a slow breath, because what I am about to reveal is the closest you have ever been to the truth. The moment where the mask finally slips and the real reason behind everything becomes visible. After the final approval, after the echoed across the quiet room, after everyone else left, your silent protector stayed behind. They waited. They made sure the door was locked. They made sure no eyes were watching, no ears were listening, no cameras were pointed at their hands. And then they lifted your file with a trembling grip, trembling not from fear, but from the weight of what they had just done for you. And in that empty room, when your name touched their fingertips, they whispered 3 words that changed everything. But listen closely, because before those words came out, something inside them broke open. They remembered every moment they saw you struggle, every time you hid your pain behind silence, every time you kept going, even when life tried to bend your spirit. And as they held your relocation file against their chest, they realized something they never admitted to themselves before. Protecting you was not a choice anymore. It had become a part of who they are. Their breath shook, their heartbeat stuttered. And then, with the softest voice they have ever used, they whispered the words that revealed everything they feel but never told you. The 3 words were, "They deserve better." Not, "I fear for them." Not, this is my duty. Not, I hope they manage, but they deserve better. And those words were not about pity. They were not about charity. They were about recognition. Recognition of your strength, your resilience, your heartbreak, your endurance. Recognition that you have carried more than most people will ever understand. Recognition that you stayed loyal in a world that rarely gives loyalty back. Recognition that you kept loving, kept caring, kept surviving, even when others left you to fight alone. Those 3 words were their confession. The confession that your new home is not a gift. It is what you were always meant for. They did not fight for you because you are weak. They fought for you because you are powerful. And they could no longer bear watching your power shrink inside a space that never matched your destiny. But here is the part that will make your pulse race. After whispering those 3 words, they pulled something out of their pocket. Something small, something personal, something connected to you in a way you would never expect. A tiny folded note they wrote weeks ago, one they planned to give you earlier, but could not bring themselves to deliver. The ink was slightly smudged. The corners were softened from being held too many times. And they placed that note inside your file, right behind the paper where your new address is printed, not for officials, not for the system. For you, only you, my beloved child. They did not stop there. Holding your file, they spoke again. This time, louder. More certain, more raw than before, they said, this is their turning point. Not maybe, not hopefully. Not if things go well. It was a declaration, a vow, a decision written in pure conviction. And when they said it, the air in the room changed. Something shifted, something awakened. It was as if the universe itself bowed to the promise they had just made. But the most powerful moment came afterward, when they placed the file back on the table and touched your name one last time. Their thumb lingered on the first letter of your name. Their eyes softened, and a single tear slid down their face. Not out of sadness, but out of relief. Relief that your suffering was no longer controlling your future. Relief that they had finally done something to lift the weight you never deserved to carry. Relief that your rise had officially begun. My beloved child, before you hear what was written in that folded note, prepare yourself, because this is where emotion turns into revelation, where the truth stops hiding, where the quiet heart behind all these actions finally speaks without filters, without fear, without hesitation. When your silent protector placed that note inside your file, just behind the page where your new home address shines like a doorway waiting to open, they did not place it casually. They placed it with intention, with care, with a weight that only comes from someone who has held those words inside them for far too long. It was not a message written out of impulse. It was written after nights of thinking about you, after watching your strength clash with circumstances that never deserved to hold you back. And the moment you read what that note says, you will feel something inside you shift, because those words carry the truth they never dared to speak aloud. Inside that note, my beloved child, they did not write paragraphs or speeches. They did not explain the entire story. They did not try to justify the risks they took or the lines they crossed. They wrote something simple, something raw, something pure. 6 short words that hold the entire weight of why they fought for your future so fiercely. I could not watch you break again. That was it. No name, no signature, no explanation. Just 6 words that reveal everything they carried in silence. 6 words that prove this move, this protection. This new address was not about pity, was not about obligation, was not about responsibility. It was about heartbreak. The heartbreak of watching someone as strong as you constantly hold yourself together while the world kept testing you and they refused to be a bystander anymore. But my beloved child, there is something even deeper hidden between those 6 words. Something only someone who has studied your soul, not just your life, would understand. I could not watch you break again does not just mean they have seen your pain. It means they felt it. They carried it. They replayed moments where you forced a smile, where you comforted others while you were hurting, where you went silent to avoid burdening anyone. It means your breaking point was not just your moment. It was theirs too. They remember the night your voice cracked. They remember the day your energy dimmed. They remember the time your hope slipped just a little too far away. And in that note, they admitted the truth they hid even from themselves. They would rather carry the consequences of helping you than stand still and watch you suffer one more time. And here is the twist, one so powerful that even destiny leaned forward to listen. After writing that note, after sealing it, after planning to give it to you, they kept it close. Every day, every week, hidden in their pocket, inside their notebook, between the pages of their schedule, waiting for the courage, waiting for the right moment, waiting for the universe to whisper. Now, that moment never came. Or maybe it did, and they could not take it. Maybe they saw you one day tired, but pretending to be fine, and they wanted to hand you the note, but froze. Maybe they walked past you in silence, and the words sat heavy on their tongue but never escaped. And now, instead of giving it to you directly, they placed it in your relocation file. Because that is the only way they knew the truth would finally reach you without fear, stopping them again. But the part that will stay with you forever is this. After placing the note, they did not leave immediately. They stood there staring at your name, knowing that once you read those 6 words, everything changes. No more guessing who cares. No more doubting your worth. No more believing that your suffering goes unseen. They know those 6 words will reveal their heart more than any confession ever could. And they are ready for you to know. They are ready for destiny to unfold. They are ready for the moment you step into your new home. Find that note and realize that someone has been loving you, protecting you, choosing you quietly, fiercely, consistently, long before you ever realized you deserve that kind of devotion. If you are finally ready to let someone fight for you without talking yourself out of it, something in you already knows. Share this with someone who has forgotten what it feels like to have someone in their corner. Not because you have to explain anything, just send it. Sometimes the right words find someone exactly when they need them most, and becoming the reason that happens is its own kind of blessing. You found this message, and finding it means the universe already knows what you have been carrying, how long you have been carrying it, and why it is finally time for someone to carry it with you. There are people still where you were before you pressed play, still doubting that anyone sees them, still waiting for proof that someone chose them when no one was watching, still holding on without knowing that behind a curtain they cannot touch. Someone has been fighting for their rise. If you feel moved to be part of that for someone else, you can leave a comment, share this with them, or simply stay close to this space by turning on notifications, so these messages always find you first. They deserve better, and so do you. I could not watch you break again, and neither could the universe. The KOF link is in the pinned comment. Your support helps this message reach more hearts, and every seed planted in faith carries a blessing back to the giver. That is why this found you today.